Namah Shivaya. Bless you. The teachings of ancient Shiv Sanatan. You know, in Vedas there is no mention of specific God. I want to make it absolutely clear. Somebody came and he said, you know, we have one God and you people, Hindu, you have 33 crore gods. I said, who told you? He said, लोग कहते हैं. मैंने कहा लोग कहते हैं तो मैं भी कह सकता हूँ कि लोग कहते हैं कि तुम्हारे 33 ट्रिलियन गॉड्स हैं. Is it right? So this, don't talk nonsense. You are talking to a yogi, and that is why there is a need to explain to all of you what is the ancient theology, and it is for the benefit of the mankind. I'm going to repeat again. The Shiv Sanatan, we are not representing a specific religion. Remember. And we are not representing a specific map on the globe. But our ancestors used to say, Jambu Dvipe Bharat Khande Vasyudeva Kutumbam. I want every day I'm going to repeat that. Remember. So Jambu Dvipe Bharat Khande means the whole planet Earth. All the human beings on planet Earth. That is why we never say, मैं ब्राह्मण समाज का हूँ, मैं क्षत्रिय समाज का हूँ, मैं अग्रवाल समाज का हूँ, मैं इस समाज का हूँ. Vasyudeva Kutumbam. When you are learning, if you want to achieve, because the very purpose of every individual is to complete the journey towards any community. As a matter of fact, you close down. You close down. Your growth is stopped. So, what is taught by the ancestors, what is taught by our lineage is unconditional love. I'm not saying love. I'm saying unconditional love. Anyone who is very nice, love flows. Anyone in your definition is very ugly, even the love flows. Anyone who is the friend, the loves flow. Anyone who is the worst enemy, the love flows. So that means there is no condition when the love is flowing from your heart, from your Ana chakra. I'm going to explain to you about the different anatomy, physiology of the yogis later on. So, wherever you are, in whatever position you are, you should not get stuck there. Every day, in every way, you must become better and better. Now, where is the religion in that? It's spirituality. There is a difference between religion and spirituality. Religion means it binds you, it fragments you. And spirituality means it opens you. And Shiv Sanatan is a way of life. And it is coming from that Vedic time. Again, I am saying, there was no caste system. And even our Maharshis, the Manu Maharshi, wrongly his name is put as Manu Smriti, he said Char Varna. There was no mention in Vedas, there is no mention in Upanishad, there is no mention in Agam Nigam Shastras of Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. So don't become limited. Again, I am saying, do not stop trying to define your pedigree. If you have a doggy, then you define. They knew it. Is the body, is the mind, is the Atma, and it is the Paramatma. So these are the stages. The body, the mind, Atma, and Paramatma. Now tell me, in any religion, if anybody has something different. Everybody has the body. Everybody has the mind. Whether it is a Shiv Bhakta, whether it is a Krishna Bhakta, it's all is a form. God is Nirakar, it's a light. Even you are not the physical form, you are a being of light. And you have reincarnated as a human being so that you could experience the illumination, you could experience the unconditional love and bliss of God through your body. Are you understanding or not? You will have to open up yourself. So never say, I'm miserable. Miserable is because of your creation. And if you have to come out of the miseries, you will have to do your own creation. Many times in the past, my favorite thing when I was young, I used to heal. You know, since morning, people as a queue will come. The Shiva Yogis have the knowledge of the Rasvidya, the alchemy, the Ayurveda, and the healing. So people used to come in the morning, they used to get healed, they used to get wonderful, and then they would go back home, and again they will follow the same nonsense way of life. And again they'll fall sick. They'll say, I was wonderful, it's very nice, but again after a few months they come, no, it didn't work. I said, what didn't work? Oh, you gave healing. I said, so? Oh, it was wonderful, but for a little time, and after that. I said, because you again struggle to bring back to you this thing. So then I said, no, there is something, I have to do something so that, because remember, Sanchit karmas are stored. And Chitti is the consciousness, and it is one with the universe. So whatever you have stored in the karmashya is going to come in your life as the incident which is called prarabdha bhoga. Do you understand? So if you have to change your prarabdha bhoga, don't struggle here. Purify your karmashya. Release the sanchit karmas which are stored there. Once that is released, it's like, example I'll give you, a movie theater. There is a very powerful camera and the light comes and it moves on the screen. Yes or no? And then after that, I have a film. So what is the film comes in front. And now the light is reflecting through that film. So what comes on the screen? Whether it is a laughter movie, whether it is an adventure movie, whether it is a tragic movie, whether it is a horror movie. So it is not the light which is responsible, but it is the film in front of you is responsible. Similarly, the world around you is the movie screen. And the light of the camera is your chitti. And karmashya is what you have stored, the psychic impression. They start seeing the movie and you say, oh, the world is bad. And now when you see this, then you want to give a logic. Because of him, this is what is happening. Because of him, That is because of that society, because of that group of people, this is happening. Nothing is happening from anybody. Everything is happening from that movie camera. And if you want to change your life, what you have to do is very simple. The Shiva Yoga principle, Shiva Yoga modalities. Change the movie. Change the movie. And how you can do is, you will have to do tapasya, the sadhana. So when the people used to come and say, I need healing, I said, first of all, you'll have to do something for me. I said, what should we do? So the best thing I used to say, chugga dalo. Now chugga is put feed to the birds. Okay? And then I said that you will eat, there is a condition, you will eat only when the birds will eat. And this medicine I'll give you only after you eat something. You understand? It's a crazy fellow. Because the medicine has a very weak effect on the body. And the Sanchit Karma has a very strong effect on the body. That's why in the cosmic medicine, I said that 100% root cause of every disease or every suffering or every misery is psychosomatic. WHO says 80%. I said, okay, we are 80, 100 is okay, no problem. So, what the medicine will do if the psychosomatic factor is there? Then you go, you cut your body and so many things, and they say, operation theek nahi hua, doctor ki galti ho gayi. It's nothing of that sort. So, the medicine will work if you open up. So I used to say, okay, when the bird, many times, trust me, many times people used to live hungry for 2 days, 3 days. Then what has happened is the birds will not eat anything. Is how come? It's because the bird is one with the nature. Bird is connected. All the animals are connected with the cosmic consciousness. And your chitti and your karmashya is also connected with the cosmic consciousness. And down the line, it is connected to your individual consciousness. And you are behaving according to your past psychic impressions. Individual consciousness. So if I have to purify you, I'll say, karo pehle. So after 3 days when they are hungry, and then I would give them a sacred sound. The Bij Mantras has a lot of power. Again I said that the Shiva Yogis, they influence the atoms which are present in the ether. And the atomic power in the modern world, the atomic scientists, what they do is they open the atom. And that energy which emits, they can use it either for destruction or for good things. Similarly, those sacred sounds, when we master, we open the atoms, and that is for the good cause. Generally, when I used to tell them, okay, you start chanting this, the very purpose was that whatever he has stored in his karmashya, the sacred fourth body, the psychic impressions, they loosen up. Again, I will repeat, in the modern psychology, I say, you become what you think all day long. Do you understand? Whatever you think, whatever you believe, that's what you are. So it's so easy, it's so crazy. Then I will stop thinking that. Stop believing that. Okay, try doing it. You cannot do it. Because your thoughts are controlled by your karmashaya, your fourth body. So if I have to change your thoughts, I don't have to give you counseling. Counseling never works. If the counseling has to work, then you go to a psychologist. I always say, psychologist. What is psychologist? I say, Phase Chaloji. P-S-Y-C is Phase, C-H-O, Chalo, G-Y-G. And even the psychologists go crazy and the patients go crazy, and I don't know what happens. It's not counseling because it has to go at the deep level. So I'll say now your thought. Now, if you think, I'll request you, think what are the thoughts you're coming. Whatever you are thinking today, 99% you were thinking yesterday, and 99% or 100% you were thinking day before yesterday, and so on and on. And if I have to bring a change in your thoughts, so I'll say, this is the Bij Mantra. This is the sacred sound. And the moment you start doing it, let us say if it does not affect, at least for half an hour, you are not thinking what you used to think. And that works. And after that, what you thought for half an hour, that effect remains for another 2-3 hours. So I'm weakening those negative psychic impressions. And then after that, I'm saying, do some good deed. So for 3 days, they are fasting. Then I said, take this medicine and the healing. And it worked. There was a lady who came to me, his body was stiff. I was sitting there and she said, oh, I'm miserable. Every part of my body is aching. I'm as stiff as a log. Please help me. I looked at her. And the yogi knows what she had been doing it. She was very rigid. And she had not learned to, surrender to anybody. And she, whatever, whether right or wrong. So I said, oh, yes. But first of all, tell me, will you do something? She said, yes, I'll do it. I said, see, so all these people, they're crazy. They just remove their shoes like this and it's lying helter-skelter. Can you go there and put them nicely? So she had a lot of devotion and she had the data available with her that anybody who comes to him, they get cured. So I think he is going to do something to me also. So it's a nice way to pay the price. So she went and after 25 minutes, she was sweating, she came, I have done it. And you are very right, they had not done it properly. I cleaned them, and there was so much of mud, I did everything, and I have done it. And now please, I said, please what? She said, I can't bend, my body is stiff, please, and it pains. I said, is it paining? No, when I sit. I said, sit. She said, down. I said, is it paining? No, when I do cross leg. I have never been able to sit cross. I said, try. She said, cross leg. I said, very nice. This time it's not paining. I said, very good. But you said you cannot bend. How could you put the shoes in line? She said, yeah, I don't know, but there was something. I said, yes, because I was working on your fourth body without telling you. Because the Shakti will work only when you open up. That's why I say Shraddha, Bhakti, Vishwas. You have to have devotion and faith. If you don't have faith, you will not open up. If you don't open up, nothing is going to work. So the first thing is if you want to bring a change in you, You have to have faith. And that's what the scripture says. You must have faith to the God. That doesn't mean the God will be benefited by your faith, or your guru will be benefited by your faith. It's the illumination, it's the light, it's the Shakti. In the moment you have faith, you open up. And the moment you open up, you start receiving the Shakti, and it brings a change. Now there is a sadhana which we do. It's a sadhana of Shiv Yogis. All the Shiv Yogis, they practiced the immortality, immortals. There's a longevity, and age reversal is a phenomena. It's a science, it's not a magic. And I really wish that I must reveal to all of you whether you are worthy or not worthy. But the secrets of the immortality, the sacred secrets of how to become healthy, how to come out of your diseases, because everything is curable. Our doctors, Shiv Yogi doctors, they have really worked very hard, and they have constructed a website called Shiv Yoga, Cure is Possible. As the medical doctors are saying, because the medical doctors, they say, Babaji, you are a scientist. I say, oh yeah. I say, yes. You are a scientist, and you have introduced a new science for the modern medicine, and that is a cosmic medicine. And I am very thankful, and now, I am a student attached to DY Medical University, because they gave me the doctorate of COSA, doctorate of COSA, which is when you introduce a new chapter in any of the science, in the medical science, they gave it to me. So I'm really a doctor, but they realized, because they attended some of the seminars where I was training the doctors, and because my vision was, I want to make every doctor as a living medicine. It's my mission. So one is the medicine which a doctor is prescribing. Another, more powerful, is to make a doctor as a living medicine. And third medicine is to awaken the manufacturing of medicine from within the patient. So three medicines, when they work together, believe me, it's not a spiritual thing, it's not a magic, although Shiv Yogis are magician for the modern world. But this is the science, and I want to teach all of you the science of immortality, the science of age reversal, the science of perfect health, and happiness. Happiness is your birthright. Claim it from my Father, Lord Shiva. Good health is your birthright. Claim it from Shiva. Success is your birthright. Claim it from Shiva. That's why He has sent me, so that I can guide you. Start claiming. Start claiming. Everything is ample available in the universe. Learn to tap from the universe. I'll incite one incident. There was a couple. And the husband was very lousy fellow. Very lousy fellow. Bad character, and I'm not going to define how bad he was. you can imagine how a bad person can be. Because when a person is bad, then his karmashya becomes very dark, very negative. And his wife left home and she met a yogi, got initiation and did the sadhana and purified her soul. And when she left the body, even her husband also left the body. But as I said, whatever you are now, after this body, you become many thousand times more magnified. So it's better become happy during your living time. It's better that you be loving during your living time. It's better that you resolve all the unresolved issues during your living time. Otherwise, in your body, within this human body, bare bhag manusya tan pava, you can perform the positive karmas to dissolve the negative karmas. And after the body is left, then you have no control, for God's sake. So the lady went into illumination to the higher level, and the husband became a Brahmarakshas. As I said, when a person leaves the body, below the Mooladhara, then it becomes a demon. And this lady, now the Maharshis, they want to explain, so they said she went to Shivlok Dham, and then she was serving the mother, and she went to the mother and she said, Mother, I want to know where is my husband. So the mother said, your husband was a nasty character. He was a bad man, and now he has become a Brahmarakshas. And now he is living in the mountains of Vindhyachal, scaring everyone, shouting, crying, running here and there. And he is really suffering. His suffering has become many, many 100,000-fold. She said, please help him. So the mother said, okay. So there was a Gandharva. So the scripture says his name was Tunguru. He went there. And he announced that he is going to do Shiv Mahapuran. Shiv Mahapuran. As the God has sent me to do the Shiv Mahapuran here. So that you all must know the truth of the self. So they searched that Brahmarakshas and they found a bamboo. Now listen very carefully. A bamboo, tall bamboo, which had 7 knots. Bamboo has the knots, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, like 7 knots. And they tied that Brahmarakshas because he will run away. Because anybody who is in a negative yoni, he cannot experience the light. He will attack. So they tied him. And first day, now again I am saying, storytelling is only the Mahatma Khanda. It's only building up the glory towards a God. And then is the Jnana Khanda, and then is the Sadhana Khanda. So as he was doing, the first day was over, and there was a sound blast, pat. And the first knot of the bamboo got burst open. Second day, ta, in the second. Like 7th day, the 7th knot burst open, and what happens? The head, Brahmarandra, of the Brahmarakshas, it opened, and emerged a very divine being. He came out. A very, very divine being of light. He came up, he went to that Gandharva, did Shastang, Pranam, and the light came, and he went to the holy universe. Now, this, people, they generally say that when you listen to the Shiv Mahapuran, generally all your ancestors, they get liberated, and it's a fact. what is the science? Why the liberation is not there? Because of ignorance, because of the negative sanchit karmas and karmashaya, the person is stuck, jad ho gaya wo. And when the sadhana, when the light, when the Shaktipat, whenever there is a Shiv Mahapuran, there is a Shaktipat. And with that Shaktipat, you all might have experienced something. And it opens up. And once it opens up, you feel good. And the journey, again I said, Brahma, Vishnu, Sada, Shiva, Hara Hara, Hara Hara, Mahadeva. So, the left is Ida Nadi and all the psychic impressions. Because generally, most of the psychic impressions, you get it from your immediate family. This is the mother side. This is the father side. And this is collectively which you perform after getting influenced by this and this. Are you getting? Now you can relate to the incidents which are happening or which had happened in your life. So when the yogi comes and when he makes you do the sadhana, this opens up. Yesterday, we did on this, and you felt opening here, and you felt opening here, and what is more important is opening here. And once it is opening here, the chitti, the shakti, it enters into Sushumna Nadi, and it starts rising. And once it starts rising, here is the Brahma Granthi of ignorance. It's a knot. It's a bamboo knot. And the Muladhar burst open. It's the Shaktipat. All the Sanchit karmas, all the negative impressions, all the unresolved issues, all the hatred, all the worries, because we have so much of ego. We start worrying about, I'm worried about my brother. Why are you worried? Because he has so many bad habits. So I'm contemplating all the time about him, about his bad habits. He is physically performing bad habit, and you're mentally performing bad habit. Am I right or not? So what you can do is, at least he is entering into darkness. Can you enter into the light so that you have a karmic connection with him, so your light can go to your brother? Yes or no? So, Brahma, Vishnu, Sada Shiva, Hara Hara Hara, Mahadeva. Then first day, the Muladhara, it opens. Second day, Swadhisthana open. Third day, when the Kundalini, it rises, then is the Manipura opens up. And when the Shakti, it rises, Anahat Chakra open up. When the Shakti through Sushumna. Now, it is Sushumna when it is rising. It's all the three nadis, they are opening up. Because all the three nadis, they are entangled with each other. You are, when I say Brahma, Vishnu, Sadashiva, they are not separate, for God's sake. So don't dare to say that Krishna is big and Shiva is small. Foolish. Or Shiva is big and the Krishna is small. No way. It's stupidity. It's ignorance. There were 4 blind, 5, 6 blind persons. They were walking and they felt there is an animal, and it was an elephant. So one blind man caught the leg of the elephant. He said, wow, it's a creature which is like a pillar. Another blind man, he held the tail of the elephant and said, I got a creature who is like a rope. Another blind man who caught hold of the elephant, he said, "Oh, I got an animal which is like a snake." Another blind man caught hold of the ear of the elephant. He said, "Oh, I got an animal who is like a fan." He is neither of this. So similarly, if any preacher is talking, that God big and that God big. Yesterday, you were amazed when I said bullshit. No? Now I'll say, if he is talking like this, he is talking shit. Because he does not know, he is a blind man. And he is trying to make you blind. The scriptures and the definition of God is not a big God and a small God. God is infinite. And the principle of physics and quantum physics, there cannot be a small infinite and a big infinite. Infinite is infinite. Please don't mind if I say shit. But I have to explain to you, so you must understand. Is it okay? Because they say a holy man cannot speak shit. But when a person is talking all these things, he is talking in a refined manner. Shit. I'm saying clearly shit. Shit. Yes or no? So I don't have to process the shit. I have to tell you this is. Do you understand? So when this happens, the Shakti is in the Muladhara and Shiva is in the Sahasrara. And when the Shakti rises and it merges here, then the person becomes absolute. Then till the time the Shakti is in Muladhara, it is my individual consciousness. My individual consciousness with full of my ignorance, full of my ego, full of my greed, and because it's a Sushumna Nadi, the Sanchit Karmas are there. And when it starts rising, then all the Tamoguna gone, Rajoguna gone, Satoguna gone, and then is the Nirguna state. Nasika, Varanasi. And after that is the pineal gland, and from that pineal gland, Sahasrara, Chandrasekhara. Chandrasekhara, Chandrasekhara Trahiman. So he is there, and the Shakti merges. He is sitting on a lotus. He is sitting on a lotus, and Sahasrara is 1,000 petal lotus. And the Shakti and Shiva, they merge. It's a male and female energy. It merges. And that's what was explained. The Ardhanareshwara is a symbolic. Ardhanareshwara is the symbolic. Vambhag Sati, Sambhag Shiva. So, once it starts rising, so there is no ignorance. And then the person, he becomes a divine being. He becomes the body of light. And that's how that lady's husband got liberated. Are you understanding? And that's what is going to happen to you. You are going to experience all that. And that's what is going to happen to your ancestors. Because every ancestor is ethically connected to you. Whether you call them or you don't, better you don't call them. They come on their own. Okay? Otherwise there is a commitment. So, no way. So, they all get liberated because this is the phenomenon. Now, the God, from Paratpar Shiva and Adya Shakti. Now, the Maharshis, they try to explain to you that when there was a vibration, Chiti Spandan, that let's create a Sakar Shrishti, then from that light, because again yesterday I said that there is nothing which is only Shiva, and there is nothing which is only Shakti. Shiva and Shakti both are present. Similarly, this whole world, there was a domination. And what was the domination? The male domination. So they said the male is superior and female is inferior. They said, I'm not saying that. And that's what somebody said, male, I'm not saying that. I just heard. Can I share that? Can I share that? Male chauvinist pig. And literally they were. Hey, Amma, Shivji ka naam nahi legi. And somebody, some crazy fellow, hey, Hanuman Chalisa nahi padhne ka. Kyun nahi padhne ka? Hey, Hanuman ji brahmachari the na, sharam nahi aayegi unko jab ladies unka naam legi. Are you crazy? I want to clarify everything. Tell me a male who is 100% male. Can anybody tell you? Even medically also, everyone is secreting the male hormones and the female hormones. If it is a male, the concentration of female hormone is less. And if it is a female, again she has a male component and the secretion of male hormone is less. And when it is the energy, then the Ida Nadi, the Chandra Nadi is the female. And Pingla Nadi, the Surya Nadi, is the male. And Sushumna Nadi is the God. So no one can say that you are 100% female or he is 100% male. This is all people, those who do not know, then they say, ऐसा होता है, ऐसा कहते हैं. बोले बाबा जी लेकिन ये ऐसी प्रथाएं बनती कैसी है? मैं बोला मैं बताता हूं तुमको. Very easy to make a pratha. There was a ashram and there was a very nice Swami. Every day, with so much of devotion, he would, teach the scriptures to all the villagers. Everybody would come and, in the ashram, they do a lot of good things. So they will listen to him, and then after that is the bandara, they go back home. And suddenly some cat came. Cat, you know cat? Billy? Cat came. कुछ बोलते हैं बिल्ली अशुभ होती है, कुछ बोलते नहीं कुत्ता अशुभ होता है. ये बेचारा भी पहले सेठ रहा होगा, जीवन लग रहा होगा कहीं, अपने बुद्धि का हिसाब से ये बन गया जो भी बन गया. सो कोई भी अशुभ नहीं होता. तुम्हारा भाव अशुभ होगा तो वो प्रोजेक्ट करते हो तुम. मानस पुत्र हो ना तुम. तो बिल्ली आई. And cats are very naughty. When the cat came, the Swami is, now think of, I'm talking to you people and the cat came.